onion shards. Beautiful. Outlaw Eggs Benedict. Now watch this. Everything was correct. Hello! Welcome back to Cooking on the Food Truck. I'm Chef Brandon. Today we are going to deal with eggs, everything eggs. We have an excellent episode. That was horrible. I wonder how many people have done that on a cooking show. So we are going to deal with eggs today. I'm gonna show you how to do a proper poached egg. We are going to do one of the 5 mother sauces, a hollandaise sauce. And I'm going to show you a fluffier scrambled egg, hard cooked eggs, and it's all going to culminate in the end with my Outlaw Eggs Benedict on Kim's farmhouse egg bread. We're going to start in the chicken coop to get some fresh eggs. Welcome to our coop, right? Hi Kim, how are you?
Good morning. Hello. We are ready for today.
Everything today we do is heavy on butter. So I am going to show you first, start off with, how to clarify some butter. We are melting the butter over some medium-high heat. All this stuff that's coming up here, this white, cloudy stuff, these are impurities in your butter. So all clarified butter is butter without these impurities, right? So what we're gonna do when they start bubbling up to the top here, just take anything and just skim off all these impurities that start rising to the top. This is a bit of a laborious, time-consuming process, but for dishes that require clarified butter, such as hollandaise sauce, you should really do it. Some of the other recipes that call for clarified butter, you could probably omit doing this. That is pretty much all of them. I know there's still 1 or 2 left in there, but clarified butter, right? The reason I clarified all that butter is mainly because I'm going to be using it for the hollandaise sauce at the end. But for now, let's get started with some egg basics, right? How about a hard cooked egg? This is lukewarm water in a pan. Heat's not on yet. Turn the heat on. Don't bring it to a boil first. Just let it be lukewarm water. Take one of your farm fresh eggs. Thank you, Kim. Pop it in there. Lukewarm water, then start the heat, right? Once this comes up to a simmer, you're gonna cut it down to about medium high and simmer it for 12 minutes. That's all you gotta do for a perfect hard cooked egg. While that is going, let's do a fluffy scrambled egg, right? Get a little bit fluffier of a scrambled egg, use some water, right? Use a whisk. A whisk introduces air into the eggs. 1 tablespoon of water per egg. Got 2 eggs in there, I'll use 2 tablespoons of water. And we whisk the eggs. Gonna take some of our clarified butter, fancy. About 1 tablespoon. That hot? Pour it in. Rubber spatula in a non-stick pan. And keep stirring the eggs. And that's really kind of personal preference when you're done. A lot of people will like them very just when they form together. A little salt and pepper. That's going to be a much fluffier scrambled egg for you. Uh-oh, look. Our water is just right, okay? Just right. That's where you want it. Now you're going to kick your heat down. Now you're going to kick your heat down to just that kind of simmer. Just like that. 12 minutes. Set your timer. Oh, I got a cool timer. My daughter gave me this. It's my egg timer. 12 minutes. I use this, Isla Rose. 12 minutes on the egg timer for the hard-cooked egg. Funny story about the scrambled eggs. my buddy Nick, who lives up in Minneapolis. He said my best dish is a scrambled egg with magic unicorn salt, some crazy salt from this awesome, beautiful, briny sea company that happens to be here in Atlanta. Oh, and look, Mr. Eggman is ready. I don't know why he hasn't chirped yet. Come on, Mr. Eggman. Oh, there we go. Our hard-cooked egg is done. Ice bath, right? Ice bath. Stop the cooking, cool it down so you can peel it. Crack it in multiple places. And roll a little bit. Start peeling away. If your hard-cooked egg is hard to peel, that is a really good thing, because that means you have a farm fresh egg. The fresher the egg, the harder it will be to peel. If you have farm fresh eggs, let them sit for about a week before you hard cook them, and they'll be easier to peel. You can see no green ring around it. That's because we did not boil the egg. We started it at room temperature and brought it to a simmer for 12 minutes. Perfect hard-cooked egg. All right, moving on. We are going to do a poached egg. We want a 1/4 gallon of simmering water, with 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. All right. We're going to take a ladle and one of our yummy eggs. Use a ladle, right? And just let it go right into the water. All right, done. 3 minutes, that's all you need on a poached egg. Throw it in an ice bath and then keep this water on a simmer on your stove. Then when you're ready to actually plate the egg, you just dip it back into the pot for about 1 more minute. We're gonna save those for later and get to work on the Outlaw Eggs Benedict. The Outlaw Eggs Benedict is sliced ribeye steak, you can use any kind of steak, on top of Kim's Farmhouse bread with homemade hollandaise sauce and some hot peppers. I call it Outlaw Eggs Benedict because it's beefy and it's got the hot peppers on top, and it came from the farm, and I kind of feel like an outlaw here on my farm. So now we are going to go in the commissary where Kim is making some farmhouse egg bread that we're going to use for the Benedict.
Good morning. We are going to make your farmhouse white bread. It's an egg bread. We use our eggs for this. To get started, you're going to put your pan over some low heat so you can melt a 1/4 cup of butter with 2 cups of milk. Gently just kind of stir that around. We also add in 1/4 cup of sugar. You don't want to go above 110 or 112 for this milk, or it can kill your yeast you're going to add. We want 110 to 112, and we are there. Then we add 2 teaspoons of some salt. Alright, move on over here to our mixer. The rest of our ingredients. I'm going to put in 3 of our 7 cups of bread flour, okay? 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And we're going to gradually add in our other ingredients. Start very low. Start getting that yeast in there. Turned it up a little to get that going for you. Time to scrape the bowl. Okay, we're just scraping the side, make sure we have all of the first 3 cups of flour down there. All right, now we're gonna add our 4th cup flour and the first of our eggs. Get her going in there. These are going to be added one at a time, okay? I'm going to finish the rest of our flour up and our remaining eggs. And I'm going to continue to mix them alternatively and get this going so it can start rising, and I'll show that to you shortly. Our dough's coming together in a big sticky ball, so it's time to shut her down. I like for my dough to rise in a lightly oil spray bowl. Like I said, this is a egg bread, so it's a sticky dough. And here she comes. Some doughs are stickier than others. Settle them in there a little and just lightly spray the top of our guy there. And we're going to cover him with the baker's best friend, parchment paper. A lot of your recipes say just cover with a towel or, a cloth, but I like the parchment paper. It's always clean and sterile. Now, we're going to leave him here for about an hour to an hour and a half.
To make a hollandaise sauce, you're going to set up a double boiler. All that is a pot of some simmering water and a metal bowl. You're going to put it on and off, on and off, on and off, while continuously whisking. That's going to be the procedure. This is a double boiler. We start with 4 egg yolks. So we need to separate the whites from the yolk. Kim will get mad at me if we leave that in there. So we will use this egg white for her baking. All right. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of water and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. And whisk this together. Then we're going to go over to our double boiler. We are going to slowly add lemon juice to the concoction. All right, gradually. This is a cup of clarified butter that we did earlier. We're going to gradually add the clarified butter to the mixture as well. On and off the heat. Don't scramble those eggs. Right? It's about 1/3 of a cup. There's about another 1/3 of a cup. We are emulsifying the butter in the egg mixture. It's coming together nicely. What you want when you know you're done is when you can kind of draw a figure 8 in the top of it. Good hollandaise. We're going to finish that. A little bit of salt and pepper. All right? You can use white pepper if you don't want those dark specks in there. Salt and pepper, get that incorporated. And that is a beautiful hollandaise sauce, ladies and gentlemen. Always, we will give it a taste. Make sure the seasoning's right, and it is. Yummy. Leave that somewhere warm, and it will stay together. Let's go check on Kim's bread. Back to the commissary we go.
So what you guys missed was I had the bread into 2 pans, baked it on 375 for 40-ish minutes. I let it go a little longer to 44 because Brandon likes the brown crust. so good. And get your brother to it. Tip them right out onto your cooling rack. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. Well, you get your choice today, Chef, of egg bread or egg bread.
Wow. Get 2 nice big slices here for our dinner. That looks great. So I chose tenderloin, beef tenderloin for the steak. This is room temperature steak. I left this out for about 45 minutes to get the room temperature. If you put it on ice cold on your grill, muscles tense up, right? And not nearly as tender. You don't want that. Just salt and pepper. That's all we need. That's all we need for a steak, right? Salt and pepper. You get some butter on that grill. Steak. Boom. This size steak, which is 1 1/4 inches, needs to go about 4 minutes on each side for a perfect medium rare. You can also do this in a cast iron skillet. 4 minutes. Spend 4 minutes. We're gonna flip it. Good, look at that go. 4 more minutes. All right, 4 minutes. Beautiful. We're gonna let that rest for at least 5 minutes. Remember that poached egg I told you could put in here? Remember I told you to leave a pot simmering with some water. We're just gonna reheat these nice poached eggs just for about 1 minute while that steak is resting. 1 minute. Any longer and you'll overcook them. Just want them hot again. I'm going to get some of Kim's delicious farmhouse bread. I'm going to take my butter, not water. Verified butter, right? Push that on there. Both sides. Good. Nice. Let's get this steak sliced up. Beautiful. Right in the center. Right. Hollandaise. Still good. Good. Hot peppers. Green onion from the garden. Got a few of these shards for garnish. Bread right in the center. Get about 4 slices of steak. Yummy. Right, we need a poached egg. Okay. Right on top. We're going to take some hollandaise. Beautiful. Hot peppers. And green onion shards. Beautiful. Outlaw Eggs Benedict. Now watch this. Everything was correct. Oh. There you have it, Outlaw Eggs Benedict. Thank you all so much again for joining us here on the food truck. This is Cooking on the Food Truck with Chef Brandon and Kim. Thank you. I'll see you next time.